Hey everyone, this is a quick little tutorial on Google Meet just to kind of show you a heads up of the security features, just to put your mind at ease. So I'm going to show you the teacher version and the student version at the same time so you can see what it looks like. So right now I'm on the teacher one and it says join or start meeting. If I flip over to the student version, look at that. They can't even start a meeting. So it's not like your kids will be creating a meeting without you anytime soon. So let's go to the teacher one and we're going to start a meeting. Now, to start a meeting, it's going to ask you for a nickname. This is important because this is the nickname you can use for your meeting that you can share out later. But by having this nickname, I'm going to hit continue. Each Google Meeting has its own specialized code. So there you can see me. I'm in the home screen for Google Meet. It looks like I'm ready to go. So my code is up here, and you can see it. It's got like a short little letter code. I can share that out as well, but it's this nickname that's going to be great because let's flip over the student view because it looks like they can join now. So let's go here. We're going to use that code that I put in. There it is. Let's hit continue. Oh, looks like it's going to, oh, they can't get in because I have not actually joined that meeting with my nickname. So they are unable to get into that meeting. I just want to show you that for a little peace of mind. So when I go back here, once I hit join, then the meeting is going to be started and then those students can now enter. Next, let's see what it looks like from a Google Classroom point of view. So we found out that if you go into your classroom settings, that you can actually turn on a Google Meet link. Let's click on that. There it is. That's your official Google Meet link. Now, I'm going to turn on visible to students just to show you the security measure on that. So if you do visible to students, that's going to display it in the top banner. There it is. That means kids will have access to that when they want to click on it. But what kind of access do they really have? Well, let's go back to my student here. There it is. Oh, there's the Meet link. Let's click on it as a student. Oh, something went wrong. Nothing went wrong. It just means you have control of your meeting. You cannot create it or join it until the teacher actually goes back. So if I go in and actually go click on my Google Classroom, if I click on it, it's all going to do the same thing. It's going to go here. There's my specialized nickname that it gives me. But let's see what happens. Let's double check again. Go back to the student view. Let's click on that meeting. Oh, looks like it's going to, oh, it still fails. So this really shows you how secure this meeting is, that no one can start the meeting without you, regardless of if it's posted somewhere, until you join that meeting. So I do hit join now, then that student will be able to join the meeting from the Google Classroom sitting up on top of our banner. And now the final thing we're going to look at for security is what happens when you end the meeting. Well, a couple things about that is we want to make sure we eject the students. So once I start my meeting, you can see it gives me the extra info if I need to send that out again, but we don't need to because I'm using Google Classroom just for this version. My student's going to click on the link. I'm going to turn off the mic so you don't get feedback. Let's hit join now. There we go. So this is the student version and this is the teacher version. So it tells you who's in there, but when you finish your meeting, if I just ended it, that student would still be in the meeting. So what we need to do is, before we end, make sure the students have left. If you have some people that just like to hang out and chat, you are welcome to go click on people, hit the arrow, and then you can remove them. So I'm going to remove here. She's gone. And now for me, right away, I'm going to end the meeting. So now let's jump over to my student and let's double check. Let's get back in that meeting. Oh, you can't, because as long as I've ended that meeting with no students in it, no one can get back in. So this is the added bonus of security when you finish your meeting as well. The final level of security is what happens if students try and share to other people. So you'll notice on my screen, the one I'm facing is the teacher view, and this one over here is the student view. So students do have this option as well as you. If you go into where you see all the people in here, notice there's an add people button. So
if they click add people or yourself, you can add via email, but you can also call. So you can see the directories coming up. They might do that. This was obviously going to be a talk about norms, but let me show you what happens when they do try from the student view. So I'm going to add a phone message here and watch what happens on my screen. You can see that someone's trying to be invited here right away. So you're not going to get blindsided about this. So we're just going to wait a second. It's going to come up on my phone. There it is. I hit answer. It says I'm joining a call. There they are.
There they are.
Right away.
Right away.
Click on that.
Click on that.
And you can kick them out. So you do have that power and that control. If that does accidentally happen, it's going to be rare, but I just wanted you to see that. If they do invite someone else, they're goofing around, you can easily just kick them out because you have control for this student here. Yep, I'm going to even remove them. They're gone too. That's one of my actual students. So you will always have that power and control if that does happen.